So answer this, and this is for all of us. Let's flip the script. Let's put ourselves back when we were applicants, when we were soldiers, when we joined. You know, I didn't get a bonus when I joined. I don't even think bonuses was a thing when I joined. I was so happy just to be in the military. I probably could have got one, but I never even asked about it. So he never told me either. So
did he really just go there? Now that I think about
it. Sorry, I'm feeling the way, bro. That's who he is. All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Sergeant First Class Miller. I'm here with Sergeant Hernandez, Sergeant Coleman, and we are back, episode 2. And today's topic is a special one. It's something that when I hear about it, it makes me feel funny inside because I've been doing this job for a long time, and I get kind of ticked off. I ain't gonna lie when we get this type of stigma, but we're gonna talk about one of the stereotypes that recruiters have, and it's lying. Are recruiters liars? So, are we liars, guys?
Yes. We lie. No. It's a fine line with what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. Now, to answer the question adequately, do recruiters lie? Yes, some do, some don't. I don't believe anybody in this room necessarily does it, or do it on purpose.
Right.
But overall, I don't think recruiters are liars. Each recruiter, especially for each branch, we're taught to say a certain thing, and then we kind of like, recruiters are kind of like, word ninjas. So we don't necessarily lie, but we do find a way to combat certain objections that, our potential recruits or, recruiter supporters may bring to the table. So I wouldn't necessarily say we're liars.
What you think?
No, I don't think recruiters mean to lie. And what I mean by that is I think, when recruiters are new to the game, and they're out there just trying to find someone who wants to enlist, and they have people that want to enlist.
Right.
And I think they don't know enough. They're not knowledgeable enough to understand the regulations, to understand the information that's being put out. I don't think that they're lying. I think that they're just misinformed, misguided. They're not knowledgeable enough to put that information out, and they'll put what they remembered, was the truth, or whatever they remember, whatever it was, and then they'll keep that going, not knowing that maybe a policy has changed, that something new came out, and they're just not aware of the situation. So I don't think recruiters are liars, or they mean to lie or anything like that. I think that's just the stigma that we have. Because of just misinformation and just not being aware of, changes.
Right. And I think that's what it is. I mean, we got 10 plus years in this room of recruiting experience. And was I once a young recruiter that didn't know how all the benefits were structured, and I may have gave out some information that wasn't exactly what it should have been? Yeah, I've done that. Right? I've done that. I'm a rookie. And that's the fine line that we have in our profession. Our job changes. The benefits change all the time. Right now, what are we on? We're giving out quarterly. Our bonus structures change quarterly. Every 3 months, there's another top 10 job list that comes out that you can get a certain amount of money for. I put in Mike in February, who got a bonus for going infantry, but then infantry falls off the bonus list, and I put somebody in April, same job, same unit. Them two guys talk, and and that's how it starts. You start talking, y'all in boot camp together, or y'all at drill together, and you be like, man, I got this and this. You're like, wait, you got a bonus? I didn't get no bonus. You know, why I didn't get a bonus, you know, and then that's when recruiters, we get that stigma.
And all of a sudden, you're a liar. You wasn't a good recruiter.
Yep.
You didn't tell me the truth.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, that happens a lot because you know, if it quarterly, you're talking about you can get in, say June, and then in July, guess what? It's a different thing, you know, and they don't know that. That's not public knowledge or anything like that.
Right.
You know, one of the things that, you know, again, rookie recruiters don't really do is, you know, talk about that and inform, you know, their potential recruits of these situations. So yeah, a lot of misinformation. You're absolutely going to get people that they're gonna talk, and they're gonna find out that they didn't get what this other person got, even if they join years apart. You know, a lot of people assume that everybody that joins gets an incentive or a bonus or something, or they're automatically, you know, going to get it, and that's not the case, you know. So
right.
And then you got to look at other branches or components as well, and then how we kind of generalize our advertisements. You know, when we say, hey, you know, giving bonuses for up to $20,000. You know, if you're a random person or, you know, Joe Blow off the street and you see that on a billboard, you can get $20,000 going, you know, to the National Guard or to the Navy or whatever, right? But you don't read the up to part. You know, $20,000 up to $20,000.
You skip past the up
you
to
skip
part.
right past that. Or
you know, you don't need to look at the up to
That's the
part.
fine print.
Exactly.
Nobody care about no fine print.
You know how we generalize it. Hey, you know, you can get up to $50,000. Yeah, but in that advertisement, it doesn't tell you that it's for that top 10 list.
Right,
know, so
and it doesn't tell you that it can be broken up
y'all got
over a certain year time span too. You know,
now you got somebody in your office that's they dead set ready to jump. On the billboard, it said I get $20,000. Well, first off, it said up to. See, that's that word ninja stuff I was talking about. Then on top of that, you know, in order for you to get that up to $20,000, number one, you got to pass the test. What did you gonna test? A 9. Well, you can't even join.
There you go.
You know, you know, let alone get a bonus. So, you know, I think for the most part, once again going back to the question, it's not that we lie. You know, we just got to deal with, you know, the tribulations that come our way as recruiters. You know, we kind of like wordsmith for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, I got to make my job fit this advertisement. And unfortunately, you're not going to understand the advertisement. You're just going to see the broad picture. You know, and now when I get to break it down for you, now, you know, as a potential recruit or as a supporter of a potential recruit, oh, y'all are, you know, y'all just don't tell the truth, or y'all just trying to meet your quota. It's not it's not necessarily the case, you know. Yeah, my job is to recruit you and put you in a job.
Yeah.
You know, now granted, this advertisement say you can get $20,000 or whatever the case may be, but you have to meet certain stipulations. You know, so we deal with.
So answer this, and this is for all of us. Let's flip the script. Let's put ourselves back when we were applicants, when we were soldiers, when we joined. You know, I didn't get a bonus when I joined. I don't even think bonuses was a thing when I joined. I was so happy just to be in the military. I probably could have got one, but I never even asked about it. So he never told me either. So maybe
did he really just go there? Now that I
think about it. Sorry, I'm feeling some way, but that's who he is. Did not tell me about it. Now, but flip the script. What should our applicants, when they walk in our door, what are some of the things that they should be asking us to make sure we bring that, you know, because there's always going to be miscommunication. It's always going to be, because they're coming in thinking about joining for one reason. They may be attached to one incentive, but there are so many other things that, you know, the Guard has to offer. So what should we advise our applicants to do when they walk in our office, they want to join, you know?
What should be your agenda of questions?
Yeah, what should you want to know? What should we explain in detail?
I think that an applicant, if they're really considering joining any branch of service, they should have their questions written out, for starters, when they first, before they meet their recruiter. So a lot of times you're going to forget when you're in front of that recruiter. But if you have a list of questions, you can go through that list of questions and talk about it. Joining the military, a lot of times it's not solely about that job. or that position, and they, a lot of times we have a lot of different career fields that you can go into. A lot of them that they won't know, even exist. So I think having a list of questions to talk about those questions, and then coming in with having to take a practice test to see exactly what they qualify for. A lot of times you have someone who wants a certain job and they may not meet the requirements for that position. And that's fine, but I think you should take maybe a practice test or something, there, even if it's a quick little practice test, to kind of give you and your recruiter an idea of, what you may qualify for. And then you can go from there and figure out, what your wants are. What are you looking to do in college? What do you see yourself in 10 years? Those kind of questions.
Oh,
yeah. Just to caveat on that, I believe that anytime a potential recruit comes to meet with a recruiter, the first thing that should be on that recruit's mind is, because usually, like you said, you get a lot of people that want to join for a specific incentive, like a bonus, or I want to join to be a military police or whatever specific job, right? Like you say, they may not qualify for that. So what a lot of people don't realize is that it doesn't matter why you join or what you join for. Once you're in uniform, you're in uniform. So any potential recruit, I believe, before they sit down with a recruiter, they should come to the table with, why would you even consider this lifestyle? If you can come to the table with that, we can take it from there and answer any and all questions and put all of our cards on the table with whatever incentives that we have for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you just come into the table, I want the $20,000. Well, what comes with that $20,000 is you being in this uniform and doing what it requires. So if you are not considering living this lifestyle, then what comes with it, then you coming in misinformed on your own. I believe all potential recruits should come to the table with that question answered first. Why would I even consider, not why would I join, but why would I consider joining this lifestyle? If you bring that to the table, we, as a recruiter, we can literally take it from there.
And it's important to understand that we're on the applicant side. They have to understand that we have your best interest at heart. We're not going to lead you astray or anything like that. But it's important to be honest with us so that we can guide you. Because you don't know, you're brand new. You don't know how the military works. You don't know, the processes. The test that you need, you don't know anything. So if you're 100% honest with the recruiter up front, and I mean honest, you're telling us everything. Okay?
Yeah, because that's
the question. That's the next question.
I'm about to say, while we over here talking about recruiters line,
not recruiters line,
man, everything on applicants need to tell the truth. I mean, to be real, like, hey, if you listening, don't lie to us. I mean, for real, because that can be the very reason why you don't get the incentive that you want to get.
Right.
Trust, you got to understand, whenever there's an additional incentive to do any type of thing, anything, signing bonus, student loan repayment, there's a reason why we given that incentive. We are looking for a specific job field, technical skill to be placed in a certain unit.
Specific individual.
Individual,
to be
location.
Placed in that position,
Yeah. So you not telling us the full truth can very well disqualify you. If you got a felony, well, you're not even going to join at this point. But if you got some charges that are basic misdemeanors may prevent you from getting certain types of clearances that may require you to get that job. So we didn't lie to you, but you lied to us.
But
So I'm glad you said that. Like, make sure the applicant come in and know that they have to be honest. Be honest with us.
Right.
Be honest with us. Let us know what's going on. We are your advocates. We're going to be there to help you get in the military. It's only us.
Right.
You got to come through with a recruiter. There's no other way to join the military. You can't join by yourself. You can't fill out a little profile online application and just virtually join. You have to join with a recruiter.
Have to.
So it's best to talk to us. Let us know every single thing that's going on, and we'll take it from there. So I'm glad we put that out there, because that is a big thing. I deal with that. I can't tell you how many times I got lied to.
We go on and on about that. I was just there recently. Hey, you know, we got our little spiel of pre-qualifying questions we got to ask, and over the phone, anytime we do that, everybody is always perfect.
Yeah,
how old are
of course.
you? This age. Good age, all right? How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'5", 130.
They was probably 5'5", 130 at one point in time in their life.
Have you ever been arrested?
Never.
No, not for nothing.
No, not for nothing big. What is not for nothing big mean?
Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever seen the back of a squad car in handcuffs?
I'll tell you one thing. This job has perfected my life and screwed it up
At the same time.
Because a lot of the things that I say, I carry over to my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if my son tells me something, I just can't take the regular answer, you know? I'll be like, did you clean your room? He'd be like, yeah, I clean it. How did you clean it? What did you do? Did you take the garbage out? Did you fold? Did you make your bed? You know what? Let's go check. Let's go see. You know?
And that's the light, because at the end of, as a recruiter, that's what you got to do. Have you ever been arrested? Never been arrested. Okay, let me run your background check real quick. Okay, got your background check. It said that you once again, it's not nothing major, but it said you was arrested for mob action. Now, you said you wasn't arrested.
He's like, oh, that.
But yeah,
I only got community service.
I didn't get community service. The cops told me that they was gonna drop it off my record if I went and cleaned up the streets and did some community service.
Okay, all right. So now that we've established that you were arrested,
that you have been arrested.
now let me check. Were you only arrested in this area?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no. That was the only one. Okay, now after further review of your United States criminal background.
One big thing that we deal with, we in Chicago, we deal with drug use. You know, everybody and their mom has smoked weed in one part of their life.
It's legal now, right?
Nah.
Well, yeah, well, according to, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to join us, no. But I've literally had people tell me, you ever smoke weed? They were like, no. Cool. Move on. I'm asking all a series of questions. They come in the office, I do the appointment. The appointment's over. Then we getting close to the medical exam. Whenever somebody asks me what's on that medical exam, I already know what it is. You get a phone call or a text. Hey, sir, what are they gonna do on the medical test? Why are you worried? why are you worried about it? You know, when'd you smoke? I had smoked about a week ago. Dude, I talked to you and you told me you never smoked. Well, I didn't smoke then. I smoked after we talked.
That day, and I came to see you.
Happens all the time, man.
I'm literally down one right now because the applicants that I lost did not they didn't tell me that they smoke weed. So it ain't funny. And it's messed up on my part.
It ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it's messed up.
Hey, if I gave you a drug test, would you pass? Yeah. Cool. You're taking a drug test tomorrow. Now we let them know these things. They get up there the very next day. And it's messed up because, with because of the application, because of the process, we don't get the results till later. But sure as not, the applicant get up there, enlist. Good job on my part, right? I helped another person. 3 days later,
discharge.
This person came back positive for marijuana and ecstasy.
Oh.
Not only did I ask,
is that a real statement?
What was you celebrating?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
You were celebrating before you joined. You knew it was.
And moving on.
Yeah, but ultimately, what's some more questions? What else could we be asking? What they should be asking us?
So it's important to. I'm going back to. Telling your recruiter everything, and the reason for that is we have to paint that picture.
Yeah.
We need to know, A, are you medically qualified to enlist? morally qualified. Medically qualified, I mean, that's a lot. That's like, there's two, you have to do two things to get in the military, right? You have to take the ASVAB test, and you have to pass the physical, okay? And they're both equally the same. I think, and some would say they're both,
just as hard,
right? To pass. But it's important that we know every single thing about you and your.
Remember, I'm about to say.
Remembered?
Yeah.
It's important to understand your past, your medical history, everything, because when you go take this physical, no, you're not going to go run 2 miles, not yet, anyways. But it's a doctor's physical, and so they're going to.
They're still testing your physical ability.
They're testing your physical ability for everything. They're gonna, make sure that you're, good to go.
Yep.
So, again, super important to tell your recruiter every single thing, because we do have your best interest, and we want to make sure that you're good. We don't want, at least I don't personally, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. When you come back from training, I'm still gonna be there. You can come to my office and come say hi to me, and I can't just send these these kids to these units, and and they're thinking that I'm lying to them, because that's not how I operate.
And that's what I was trying to say, and I forgot. I'm gonna get messy. I'm gonna get a little messy.
Okay, here we go.
But the thing is that we're National Guard. We chose to be recruiters. We tried out. We were selected. We're here. And as long as we're good and successful, we can be here as long as we would like to be. Not all branches of service are created that way.
No.
Mostly all other branches of services are 2 to 3 year tours. So you're only going to be in that job for 2 to 3 years. Now, let me paint the picture. So if you're only going to be there 2 to 3 years, not saying that you're going to sit there and lie to your recruits, but when that recruit goes off the basic training, the probability of them ever seeing you again is far in between. Because if you're going active duty, you're never seeing them again. If you're going reserves, you may see them, but they're going to be gone, shortly after. Versus, how long you been in recruiting?
13 years.
13 years. Now, don't drink. No, you next, buddy.
Now I hit 9.
9.
So it's been 9 years.
17, right? So we've been here. So we, like you just said, we have a little bit more of a responsibility.
We have more to lose.
Yeah, we got way more to lose,
Right.
because
Definitely.
the benefit that we have as National Guard recruits, that we build relationships throughout our area. Teachers, educators, anybody that has any type of center of influence on someone that we can potentially bring us someone that can join the military, we have a relationship with. We're not trying to risk that on a lie. Now, if I was leaving every 2 to 3 years, it's a new person, then you have a little bit more wiggle room to maybe, finagle your words and maybe say certain things just to get people to go to base training and hope that they, do good things when they get there. But for National Guardsmen, for us, we're here. This is it's our career. So when we tell you something, not to say that we don't make mistakes, but our reputation is on the line every single time. Now, if we had an applicant that had that rookie recruiter 3-4 months in the street, not really knowing the benefits, and when they're talking to that person, they don't understand they don't really understand what they're talking about. Maybe the new recruiter is not explaining the benefits down to the lowest level. Maybe they never use the benefit they're talking about. What should they do? What do you think they should do? I'm you're in the office, new recruit. The recruiter ain't really, they ain't jiving. What should that applicant do at that point? I got a recruiter that I've just known that may not know everything. What should he do?
Well, here's the thing about that. See, a lot of you have to have, considering the fact that we're in the technology and the social media and YouTube era, everybody already has access, they got access to information. It's at their fingertips, right?
Good.
So it's a lot harder to really do that now. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got somebody that just didn't do any research before they came and sat down with a recruiter. So it's very rare you're gonna meet with somebody that doesn't already have a very good synopsis of why they're sitting down.
Yeah.
Right? At least for a specific incentive, like we were talking about earlier, the $20,000 bonus, right? So I seen $20,000. I did research on that. You join, you get $20,000, and that's this potential recruit purpose for sitting in the chair with that recruiter. Now, this recruiter being new, more than likely, like I said, with them already having access to information at their fingertips, it's a little harder to kind of juck and jive certain things. Now,
but let me explain it. Like, because all of our education benefits are different. What if I'm asking a question? What if I'm an applicant? I'm asking a question to a recruiter, and they just and I can tell that they just don't know.
The best advice I can say, you know what I'm saying, for any and everybody that sees this is that you got to be understanding for the most part. Nobody's perfect. It's just like us. We got to be understanding with applicants, right? You know what I'm saying? They may tell the truth. They may not. It's up to us to find that information out.
Okay.
Now, with an applicant, you got to be understanding with a recruiter. So that goes back to your question. What should they ask? A good question to ask a recruiter is, how long you been recruiting?
Yeah. No.
You know, how long
100%.
have you been recruiting? I mean, we all have to start somewhere.
Right.
And that doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, if they've been recruiting for a month to give up on them. You know, but that is a valid question. Hey, how long have you been recruiting?
You could be that first recruiter's first enlistment.
First recruit, yeah.
And he would take care of you or her.
I'm gonna jump in and give our applicants a little secret. I'm gonna give them a little secret.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you something. Call Sermon. No. Call me. I got you. No. No. Honestly, this is the best advice I can give you. If you feel shaky, if you feel that your recruiter, not that he or she is being honest, it's just that you're just being misinformed, but you just don't understand. Ask to talk to the team leader. Boom. The team leader. Every team in the Guard has a team leader, and that team leader is the most knowledgeable, is the subject matter expert. That person stays in the regs. That's the job. Their job is to be that second ear. Is to come and clarify. Now they may not always. Now the team lead. Every team only got one team leader, so that person may not be readily available.
I was about to say that.
But don't they may not be readily available at the drop of a hat, you know. But don't give up on that recruiter, like Sergeant Coleman said.
Yeah.
You know, think about when you was working at Target, when you was working at when everybody got their first job, no matter where you was at, you messed some stuff up. You told somebody, they came and asked you where was the cereal, you gave them the wrong dang on aisle. Don't jack this up.
Let me see your manager.
Right. You said the cereal was in the it was an aisle C, it was an aisle F. You liar, you know. You know, don't, because at the end of the day, don't walk away
from a potential good thing. Which,
you know.
And that goes back to what I was saying.
Do it.
At the end of the day, each potential recruit needs to know why. What is your why for sitting? Why would you potentially be interested in living this lifestyle, joining this lifestyle? Because that right there that's gonna spearhead your whole existence in our organization.
Right.
Yeah, we have checks and balances throughout the whole entire process. The best advice I can give, you know, is just trust the process. Know the branch that you want to join, and once you're there, trust the process. All right, so we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. So we said a few things. We said that when an applicant is about to meet their recruiter, it's the number one, research, right? Go online, do your due diligence. Right now, you have people like us putting out content. You have NationalGuard.com, social media. It's all over the place. There's no excuse to be uninformed when you walk into an office now.
Correct.
Right. So number one, do your own research. Number two, after you do that research, you said come up with some questions. Write down your question before you get there, because when you get there, you may be built up with so much excitement about joining. You may never been into an army before. We're gonna take you on a tour. We're gonna come in dynamic, right? So that may take away, you may forget what you want to ask. So write down your questions,
Yes.
right? Like Coleman said, hey, ask your recruiter how long they've been doing this job and give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't automatically think that they're trying to get one over on you. They're trying to lie to you, or they're trying to, just use you for a number. No, find out how long they're recruiting. If they haven't, if you're talking about something that you're not really aware of or you're not understanding, talk to the team leader. That's the step. You follow them steps, you ain't gonna have you're not gonna have a bad experience, right? The whole point of this thing is to make sure you guys come into our offices, you feel welcome. Don't be afraid to develop a relationship with your recruiter. We're here, okay? I've been in recruiting for so long. I've enlisted people twice, right? Or I've seen them become officers. I've helped them through, not just in the beginning of their career. They came back to me just for some leadership advice about becoming a non-commissioned officer or becoming an officer or whatever they're doing. So develop that relationship with us because we're here for you. And if you're happy, we're happy, and we get to keep our jobs and keep doing this thing. So closing words, anybody?
No, you hit the nail on the head.
All right. Well, that wraps up episode number 2. Do we lie? Stay tuned for our next episode. Sergeant Miller out.